Oh, Senator Bala Na'Allah joins us now. He's Deputy Majority Leader and a member of the APC to give his perspective on what transpired yesterday. Morning, Senator, and thank you for joining us. Well, at the end of the day, Senators confirmed the ministerial nominees yesterday. But there are those who had said that, well, it didn't matter what report anybody brought. I mean, they were always going to confirm all the nominees in the first instance. Is that the case?
I didn't get you. Can you say that again?
There were many who believed that it didn't matter what report anyone brought about any nominee, that at the end of the day, they were always going to be cleared because they don't see how APC being the majority will see some nominees from APC leadership or APC government not confirmed.
No, that is not correct. I think there is a confusion here that people don't understand. We have run a country based on or outside the envelope of the law. And APC as a party is saying that, look, this is a party of change and everything must be done within the envelope of the law. And if, for example, by the mere expedience of throwing an allegation of corruption against a person, you abandon the institutions of government that are vested with the responsibility of saying who is guilty and who is not, and you arrogate that to the parliament and deter somebody from holding public office, I don't think that will be in conformity with international best acceptable practice.
But what is it that they say that if there are allegations about certain persons and so they stay action until those actions are dispensed with?
Well, in the first place, our rule, and which has been the rule that the Senate has run from the PDP-led federal government from 1999 to date, is very particular on the issue that once a matter is before a court of law, in respect to the independence of the three arms of government, the legislature should refrain from entertaining it on the floor of the Senate or the House of Representatives. But somewhere along the line, I think with the greatest respect to the PDP, that was not the practice. And that was what infuriated people to insist that they needed a change. And I think the APC has a responsibility to practically show Nigerians that this is a government that is going to be run based on the rule of law rather than on the whims and caprices of men.
So what is the change that has been brought to bear in this case? Because some say, well, they had Senator Banikoro who, at that time, the opposing party didn't want him cleared. He was cleared. Today, Ministerial nominee Amaechi, senators didn't want him to be cleared. He's been cleared. They say it's one and the same thing.
You see, you have to distinguish between personal interests and political interests and then the overriding interest of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the only distinction you can make is that there are guidance materials for the Senate in the determination of who becomes a minister and who does not. And those are contained in Section 147 of the Constitution, read along with Section 65 and 66 of the same Constitution. And provided you cannot find something to pin any person into those provisions, the Senate is under obligation to approve that person as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Is that what your rules say?
That is what the Constitution says.
What if, I mean, can the Senate really say they found nothing against him?
Now the issue is, we cannot, the Senate is not even competent to find something against Amaechi based on the allegations that have been put before the Senate. The reason being that the Senate is bound by its rules. And the rule says once a matter is before a court of law, the Senate cannot entertain it.
In other words, perhaps you shouldn't have entertained the ministerial nominee.
Exactly, because the allegations that were brought to the Senate, in first place, ought to have been accompanied by a declaration that those things are not before any court of law. It was in the process of the hearing of the petition that the Senate discovered that all these things were subject of litigation in the various courts, including the Court of Appeal.
So,
And therefore, the Senate had no option than to fall back to its rule to say, look, once an issue is before a court of law, we cannot entertain it.
Wait.
I'm a little confused to the answer that you gave, because I asked you did that mean that you couldn't then entertain the screening of the candidate? And you said yes.
You said what?
I asked you if it meant that you could not entertain the screening of the candidate, if the fact that the matter was before a court of law.
No. We have to go. We have to entertain. We have to screen the person.
Is that what your rules say?
Yes.
So you're saying that even if the allegations are grievous and it's yet to be decided either way in a competent court of law, the Senate, instead of staying action on such a matter, will go ahead with screening anyway?
You cannot stand action. Look, in the first place, every senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has sworn to uphold and protect the Constitution. If you look at Section 39, Section 5, it says any person charged with a criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until he is proved guilty. Now, this man has not even been charged. They are just mere allegations.
So the Senate was basing its decision on what it considered his presumed innocence unto proven guilty?
Exactly. And as far as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned, Chibuike Amaechi is a very innocent person in the eyes of law.
So what do you make of the walkout staged by PDP senators?
Well, you see, it's a high-profile politicking. In the first place, Rivers State, where Chibuike Amaechi comes from, is a very strategic state politically for any political party that wishes to control the federal government. And PDP being in the minority now sees that state as a golden state for them to hold. Now, if you are aware of what happened last week, based on the judgment of the tribunal, it really put PDP off balance. But I think what they fail to understand, with due respect, is the fact that what the statement that APC is trying to make to Nigerians is that that era of impunity is gone, and gone forever, and it will never come back.
Yeah, but Senator, the many will not agree with you, because if you say these matters are subject of litigation in various courts,